Kawasan Falls, Cebu, Philippines. One of the most beautiful waterfalls in the world. While tourists jump into these waters with a smile, there are men here who risk their lives every day. These steep, rocky paths have been walked thousands of times. In the silence after the crowds leave, what is he thinking? Through the words of a local guide, we explore the hidden side of this paradise.
Hi, this is February. This is my business partner, Jess.
Hi, just by the way. So today we will be interviewing our tour guides here in Kawasan. I'm a tourist here and we are currently in Mualboal. I went to Kawasan and this is our tour guide. Kuya, what's your name?
GR.
This is Kuya GR, guys. He is one of the tour guide here in Kawasan Falls. So we will be interviewing him about his job and about his life here in Mualboal. Dali na ka nagpuyo. Ever
Since
since
birth,
before your tour guiding job, what do you do?
action warfare before, then habal-habal driver also.
I see. How long have you been a tour guide?
5 years.
5 years. So kuya, anong nag-change ka sa imong job from construction to tour guide?
Kaya sa tour guide, mas kaya kayo gamay kung sa construction.
Kay construction working is
Full time.
you
Then
really work full time no, but in canyoneering you can rest after the tour guide experience.
only 3 hours, then after, napaka-sideline.
Makakuan-kuan pa ka.
Nabihay ko ang kuan na.
That's really good. But about the rate, how much is the rate from construction and compared to tour guiding?
In construction, 500. Like then, tour guide, 600.
That is per day at least.
Tour.
6 tour. But if you're not feeling well, you can rest.
Yeah.
But in construction, you really have to work,
Yeah,
right?
hard
They're
work.
gonna ask you to work even if you're very tired. But here in tour guiding, Kuya JR said that he can still take a rest or have time with family, right, Kuya?
Yeah.
Kanahan ka mag-spend time with
Banding
his
with families.
Yeah, Kuya, about the tour guiding experience, kanang isod siya kay di ba kaniha it was so fun, di ba? Kanang mag-ambak-ambak tapos gunit ka sa mga kuan turista kanang kuan, di ba, murag lisod niya. It was hard to walk in the place, I mean in Kawasan, because it's kind of dangerous. It's a dangerous job, I think, because the tourist is not safe at all. But we have gears that will protect us. But about the you're not nervous that the tourist that you are guiding will not get in danger.
Ma'am, hindi kaya noon ay is nga hadlokan. Oo. Amo lang encourage nga kuan na mas ato humano ni ato ang tour, mas safety ka
But wala pa ina-accident ka.
na mga minor injury.
May. But ikaw kanang lisod, magsugat. Kani anak ka tako nga wala pa kani ang bakit sa taas.
Di mo i-drop.
Okay. So guys, I was asking Kuya JR what is his experience as a tour guide in Kawasan, because Kawasan is really not a safe place at all. But if you just wear a protection and if the tour guide is protecting you from danger, you will just be alright. But every day na turista yun.
Na 1 week like 5 times or 4 times. It was a lot of guides, almost 2,000 guides. Provision for
When I asked him if there are a lot of tourists every day, but he told me that the income was actually passive because there are, not all day there are tourists here in Kawasan, but still he can earn for a week. So kuya, pila man ang kuan yung ginasuportaan ka na kay budget ba?
Nagtulong ka anak.
And dahil pila na sila.
Ang luha sa staff na
Na
trabaho.
nagtrabaho na ako. So pila dahil ka sa kuan?
20,
20 na. Lugay na dahil ka nag
25,
pilan di mo edad karon niya?
44. Mag-45 this coming September.
Kuya JR, about the typhoon or that it happened how many years ago already?
5 years.
5 years
5
already.
years.
Yeah, it's already been 5 years since the typhoon was that happened. It was a real disaster because the Kawasan Falls was destroyed. So the tour guides here, especially Kuya JR, were tremendously affected about it. There were no incomes at all. There were no tourists because of the typhoon. It was closed for almost 2 years. So Kuya JR, what's your job when the Kawasan Falls was closed?
Habal-habal.
Habal. So guys, the habal-habal is a long motorcycle that can carry a lot of passengers. Pila sa lang yung buwana na yan? Isang.
Depende kung kuan. Masayang kuan.
But less, mas gamay naman din siya kasi tour guide. That was, lisod gaan.
So,
Asa man mo ato katong nagbagyo ko?
sa balay ng mama, hindi naman eh. Pero okay pa balay ng mama.
Na ato balay ato.
Guba ako Gahon.
Ang imong mga anak ato, wala ra ko'y na
Hindi naman.
sira pa tanan. After 2 years, ato ibalik kayo kapag tour guide and then nagapit kayo ng sa akin.
Hinay ba sa na sugay na. Murag na-recover na ang kuan ba? Turista.
Sa may imong na feel ato nga ibalik na okay na po.
Guide na mita na mga guide nga wala lang sa ligan ang pang-guide ra.
1,000. Yan na pa eskwela pa
Pay-
tulog ka anak.
Jumpit.
After the typhoon and the Kawasan Falls is already opened after at least 2 years. So Kuya JR was really happy to be back as a tour guide because he was really into supporting his 3 kids with their education. And up to now, he is really earning good with working as a tour guide. So Kuya, about your children, ganahan kang mag-tour guide po sila, ganahan ka
Sa
magtaral.
ilang mga panganda silang kinabuhi. Sa ilang mga iman pag nila. Hindi na kung maakin nila para sa ilang opportunity.
So Kuya is inspiring his children to dream big and dream high, not only with the tour guiding, but he also made sure that his children will be proud of the tour guiding job that he have. What is kalipay or happiness for you?
Lipay ko ma'am guys. Diri sa among lugar. Daghang kayong turista mo ba? Mini culture na sila dire.
Mauna din mong makuan sa daghang kay ka makaila-ila from different countries.
Proud among lugar.
So guys, I was just asking Kuya JR what is kalipay or happiness for him living here and as a tour guide and overall here. His happiness is tour guiding because through tour guiding he meets a lot of people from different countries. You get to learn a lot of cultures from different people, their different behaviors. He is happy tour guiding those people he doesn't even know. I was touched because I'm also a tourist here but I'm a local. Sa imong maingon sa ila nga natas sa interview karon.
Lipay sa kung ako na interview ko para ma-share na ko ang share na
Kuya just wanted to say that he is really proud that there are a lot of tourists in their place for the canyoneering experience in Kawasan Falls. Thank you, Kuya JR.
Po, okay.
So guys, what are you waiting for? You should visit here in Mualboal, especially the Kawasan Falls. Do the canyoneering because it's really enjoyable and the place is a paradise. You are all welcome here. The tour guides are very sweet and very protective of you and very, very friendly. And they can speak English. This is Cebu Reality and thank you. Bye-bye.